Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Michael Penix Jr., the Falcons, Week 4. Nice win versus the Commanders. Locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member, get even more content. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Michael Penix Jr., the Falcons, nice win versus the Commanders. Early third down here, bottom of the screen. We're going to hit the number 1 post motion here on just a corner where the corner drops them. Nice job for Michael being able to see it, put it on him. Again, one of those things where post motion here, the defense has to communicate, adjust. You can see the safety in the bottom left corner of the screen. He's going to be communicating with the corner. They're not on the same page. Falcons make him pay. Again, I love kind of wide open right there. Don't miss a layup. Put it right on him. Beautiful job. So watch this. Start in kind of this wide, dirty bunch. Get to 2x2 condensed. Watch the safety in the middle of the field communicate with the corner. So this communication down here to the bottom, they're just not on the same page. So when we go to run what is essentially inverted smash or corner with a flat, here we are not on the same page, these two players. So he should probably be staying over the top of the corner here. He doesn't, so he hangs here. Michael does a good job of seeing that thing pop. And again, not necessarily throwing it way over the top touch, but driving that thing right on him. Just a really nice job. And if it wasn't there, you've got drive coming from top to bottom for us from left to right. So no, boom, on him. And again, it's just one of the stressors about a little bit of pre-snap movement. Put stress on a defense, make them communicate. They can't do it. Offensively, we make them pay. Turns into a nice little chunk. So just a really nice job. Again, Michael, real accurate. Put it right on him. Let's roll. Next one here, another third down. This is third and medium to long. We're going to be in bunch. We're going to run, I'm going to call it a weirdo version of mesh. Now, I know some mesh fans out there will freak the hell out. Okay, but versus zone, not a great look here. And don't necessarily love how they're getting to, quote unquote, the rail either. Now, Mike just kind of sees this thing flash. Traditional mesh is going to take the mesher over the top, underneath, and then there's going to be an over the ball hook usually. And it really doesn't matter how they get here, but this is that kind of traditional mesh. And almost always, okay, you want to throw it to the underneath mesh guy running away. Now in zone, these guys will settle up. Okay, glorified checkdowns, if you will. Right here, they pair it with, we'll call this a slow rail from the number 3 spot. So the traditional rail, like railroad, is from the backfield and you run, you can put it on him right away. You can put it on him down the field. When you run it from the line of scrimmage and you allow these other routes to go first, it kind of operates as like a delay. And it's just not, in my opinion, just not near as good. So sure, is it there immediately? Yeah, but because of the delay in the zone coverage, it's one of those just non-traditional looks. And again, I don't love mesh versus zone. You know, I might get in some certified people's feelings, but you know, there's essentially nowhere to go with the ball and everyone's on top of each other. I would classify this as quarters and they're matching the backside down here to the bottom. So they're running with the number 1 at the bottom. Way too slow. And again, could you raise up and throw it to the number 3 up top on whatever that slow rail is? Sure. He just isn't looking there. And then compound that, we see it late. We're drifting to our left. We run out of club, turnover worthy-ish throw. Could it be picked? Maybe, but he's got enough of arm strength here to get it beyond the reach of the defender. But that is, you know, that's not the look we're looking for. Field goal. Next one here, big play action, deep in. London coming across in motion here. Now, this isn't the fastest in the world you'll ever see, but I love the play action element. Michael rips it right past 4's ear. Again, the timing of this thing works. I like the idea of using this motion with the deep end. Again, he's running, you know, shoot 40, 50 yards here on the motion across the field, the deep in, the play action. It's a great rhythm throw from Michael as far as the play action, timing up with his feet, the reset, one hitch, the ball's out. So again, watch how far he runs. He starts on the 50, motion down here across. We've essentially glorified clears. Now there are times where you might alert these things or throw these things, but as we're coming across, we're trying to fight through here, and then we really want to get this ball to this motion, who starts way up here, across, snap this thing behind him, so you get a free access, right? There's no way to bump this guy going across in motion. As we come across, push up deep, and then round this thing in, and again, we're going to rip it right past for his ear. So as he drops here, we can time this thing up with our play action, with our feet, turn around left-handed, one hitch, and the ball's out down the field. So you've got these clears, you've got the play action, you've got the timing of it, the rhythm of it from the quarterback, and the accuracy. So again, you would think when you go in motion here, you've got inside leverage down here to the bottom. That's not a premium look, but it doesn't matter because of the cushion, the timing. Nice tight turn from London, and that's a beautiful throw, and now we've got a little mini explosive play. So it's all those things tethered together, right? It's the formation, the motion, the timing, the motion landmark, the depth of the route, the play action, the reset, one hitch, ball out. Whoop, got him. Next one here, another third down. We're going to hit the number 3 right now. Will be the number 2 post motion here on the wide bunch, up top on the flat. Again, inverted smash up top, corner, flat. Beautiful throw. It's a handoff of a throw for Michael Penix Jr. And again, when he's in rhythm and he's balanced, confident, the ball's coming out with anticipation, he's an elite thrower. Super decisive, ball's on him, excellent. The timing of this thing is outstanding. Again, watch what the motion does to the defense. These cats can barely get lined up with no motion right here. Now watch the motion, them go crazy. Okay, mouthpiece is dangling. Who you got? Who's who in the zoo? You take him, I got him, what? Huh? Yeah, got it, it's over. And again, watch Michael throw this thing with anticipation. He's tapping this thing right there. And again, it's not the most impressive throw anticipation-wise, but if this is the out here, he's not turned. Right, here comes that corner. Remember last time we ran this play, they got confused and the corner popped. We put it right on him. This time that corner's getting a little bit of depth, and we can just throw a strike out here with perfect timing. Okay, anticipation. Again, if it wasn't there, you've got the drive coming across. You've got the shallow, you've got the basic, and then you've got the check burst coming out the back door. So just look how many runaways there are. Multiple runaways, third down, number 1's open, put it on him, beautiful throw, first down, let's go. Next one here, touchdown pass, up top to the number 2, London. He's going to run like a little widened spot. Okay, there's a lot of little nuance and details that I love here, but this is an excellent job of being on the same page. I feel like I've seen more and more closed coverage down here in the tight red zone, which just doesn't make sense to me on a number of levels, but this plays out like spot. So to me, spot, a traditional spot would be where you'd come up, the outside guy would run the spot, the inside guy would run the corner, and then we'd run to the flat. Okay, that's kind of the spacing of it. What they end up doing here is they run the spot or snag here from the number 2. So he kind of widens. Then the part that I absolutely love, and the part that I really want you to lock into, is with this widened spot, the number 1 here runs this kind of burst corner. So he's going to run in and run at the linebacker type, as opposed to the traditional corner where you just run up and try to win to the corner. As we run in here, we wall this curl player off so that when the flat defender widens with the flat, right? Talked about the flat. He widens with the flat. This burst corner in here, that walls the curl defender. So now when we go to throw this thing, it's wide open. So watch the stem, the burst in from the number 1 up top. He's going to wall 4. And it's going to put that flat defender in a bind. He's got no chance. The flat defender is just way too wide. And that thing is easy money. But it happens because this is a pseudo pick out here with that burst. Got him. And it's perfect timing. It's great ball from Michael Penix. It's not the most impressive throw in the world. A 5-yard little spot route, but it's the design, the execution, the timing, the stress on the defense. Let's go. Next one here. This one's a bit of a bummer. This ends up being a sack. It's got a huge opportunity. Again, post motion, the number 1 at the bottom of the screen. We'll call it a crosser. he's running wide open. There's going to be a big chunk play across the field, and it's just kind of unfortunate that we don't have the pass pro to block this thing up. Now, again, pass pro can be confusing in any iteration, whether it be drop back, quick game. The play action world is probably the most difficult to decipher who's who in the zoo as far as what the responsibilities are. You can still try to make sense of it based on where the center's going and who the back blocks. But again, post motion here, up top, they're running man or match. Down here to the bottom, that doesn't look like man or match to me. That looks like the corner is trying to pass that thing off. Way too much space, and it's going to be a big hitter, big chunk on the double post cross or double post in. And it's just unfortunate that we really don't have the pass pro to give us an opportunity to make it. And it's kind of a funky tackle too. We're lucky he doesn't get rolled up here. So post motion here, I'll pause it because the center is going to the right. So essentially how this thing works is we've got, we'll call it 5 for sure. Probably the back has a responsibility. And the tight end here looks like he is chipping and then getting out. So the first thing I would say here is this is a tough block to leave on the quarterback if we're going to chip this and everybody is going to come down here. So if everybody's stepping to their right to sell this run action, okay, there's still responsibilities. So I would imagine it's these two here, okay, and it's these three or these three. And then the back probably has the number 4 or the DB type to that side to a scan on both sides. So he'd be over here or over here. What ends up happening here is that these 3 players blitz. So as they hit this thing right here, I would guess that the center, the guard, and the tackle should sort this thing out. And technically, the guard and center fan this is what it's called. So that the guard would end up on 4, the center would end up on the 4I. What ends up happening is the back hits the 4, but he doesn't stay on him. He like gives him a little chip. And the worst part of this is the center and the left guard end up like dancing in the middle of this play. So again, he's probably trying to do too much. If they're asking him to fake, secure, and then come back and block the defensive end because the tight end chips and leaves, you know, we've got massive scheme issues. Regardless, it's a bummer. I'm saying there are probably multiple errors here. So again, you don't have to be a pass pro O-line guru to realize this is not the look we're going for. Okay? You don't want to see, you know, dudes dancing like this in the middle of your pass pro. In addition, you've got this where he just chips and goes. I mean, this guy's full on coming at us here. We've got the tight end leaving soon, so this guy's going to be unblocked. We've got all sorts of issues. And we've got a guy running open down the field that we can't get the ball to. So again, center, turns, doesn't fan. Who knows what he's doing? Back, doesn't block. Problem. Left tackle, tough angle coming down, L. Tight end, out, L. I mean, and look at your quarterback get rolled up like this. I mean, that's an easy way. It's the old hip drop. Yo, Jesus. Next one here, beautiful double move at the bottom of the screen. We've got London. He's the number 2 right now. Post short motion will be the number 1. He's going to run that kind of 7 up, deep out, up. Corner grabs him, fights through it. Michael throws a beautiful ball. Looks like we're back at the Husky days. Just ripping deep balls down the field. This thing is a thing of beauty. So double move, second and long. Any long yardage opportunity down and distance-wise is always a great opportunity to throw a double move because you move it, you make the double move at the sticks. But I mean, that is a beautiful throw. Look at it right down this line. Outstanding. So watch that double move. Again, post motion. So short motion, put the commies in a bind. Free access. Excellent. I mean, that's beautiful. That corner's got no chance here. Ass turned to the sideline. He's got to grab him. Still doesn't matter. Beautiful throw. Post separation. That's just beautiful. That's outstanding. You love to see the accuracy. Again, I think of Michael as being a great deep ball thrower when he's in rhythm like this. Got the arm strength to torque this thing out there. 2 hitches. Rip it right down the line. Beautiful. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe. hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. You can check out all the courses over at the website, theqbschool.com. Hop over there and enroll. Finally, please make sure to follow me across all the social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, another second and long. This time we're going to rip an anticipation hook or curl to the number 2 up top. Just a beautiful job here playing with timing. Again, the accuracy, the arm strength, the quick release, all things on full display here. This time we get a little pressure right in our face. We got to be able to stand in there and stand tough. Tight hitch, the ball is out with beautiful timing and anticipation. I will pause it at the top of this thing so you can see exactly when he lets this thing go, but this is outstanding anticipation and timing. So one hitch, ball out. So he goes to tap that thing right there. And you can see again, this route, not anywhere close to turning around. So he's going to end up here, stop, come back to the ball. We've already thrown that thing, right? We just keep seeing different versions of the capital A anticipation. And again, it's on all sorts of different throws. Drive throws, outside the numbers throws, flats, intermediate, deep throws. It's just a beautiful job of arm talent and being on the same page, the precision, the detail of an NFL passing attack. And again, that's right into pressure. So he's got to stand in there, trust the pass pro is going to hold up. One hitch, ball out. And he's probably reading that thing inside out. So London is the number 1 right there. No. Boom. 2. Ball out. Quick, sudden strike of a throw. Hell yeah. All right, next one here. 1st and 10. We're going to end up throwing what I'm going to call mesh railroad, kind of untraditionally from the pistol. So we're going to end up getting it to the back. Now, it's not necessarily the perfect timing, but again, the commanders are just struggling to identify who's who in the zoo. Right here, they're playing man-free Russian 5. And that just turns into a massive punt return right. Everything except getting in the end zone here. This is a beautiful job from Michael kind of making this thing right because he wants to throw it early. First of all, we can't get the play coming out of the huddle. Then we can't line up. Then we end up throwing it to you slower than we want to. So he wants to get this ball out quickly. Again, they keep running iterations of mesh with 6-person pass pro. I think of traditional mesh as more of a empty 5-person pass pro, but this is a huge chunk play. Again, it's world-class vision from Michael, and there's just no way around it. It's not good defense, right? They're Russian 5 playing man with a free safety. Again, the thing I would say the untraditional part of this play is not only the 6-person pass pro, it looks like a tight end here, but oftentimes this rail route is run from the offset or sidecar position. When you run it from the T or the pistol back here, it just takes way longer. So you can see here, he wants to throw it. It's not ready. He then has to keep getting this thing go and eventually put it on him. But they're essentially trying to play man here. So they're trying to sort out who's who in the zoo again with the short motion. These two have these two. And then the backer has to run all the way, navigate all of this and get to the rail. And it's just too much. So it's just a really nice job, again, of Michael being able to see it, because I think this is an untraditional look. Again, you can see he wants to throw it. Robinson's not looking yet. Now he looks, he still puts it on him with that space, the arm strength to be able to just rip it on him. So it's not perfect here. Here, the details aren't locked in. We're not on the same page, but we make it work. The arm strength and obviously the skill and athleticism from Robinson here, but this is really Michael not seeing it immediately, or not being on the same page, I should say. He sees it fine. Robinson hasn't turned his head yet, but then he's able to put it on him still. And again, 54 is covering the back. And again, 54 could run a long time ago. Not quite the same cat out there right now. Again, you can see, watch the back, watch 54 try to navigate the mesh. So, see ya. Meow. Gotta get in the end zone, dog. Gotta get in the end zone. Come on. Next one here, touchdown pass, Pitts, inline tight end. Again, we're in the tight red. They're playing closed defense. I'm not sure why. A little easy fake, a little engage, kind of bluff flat here. So watch Pitts engage the defensive end. That's going to have lazy eyes from 25. He's going to get his eyes inside, and we got him. And really, everybody's open here. London scores too. There's a lot of little nuance and details that I love on this play. The first thing here is watch the short motion. So as we come across in short motion, he's going to point like, oh yeah, I'm going to dig out the safety here. So I'm going to dig him out. Then as he comes down here, he comes out to the corner, probably scores too. Okay, where they end up touchdown, Pitts blocks here. That's then going to have the eyes of 25 here. First, he thinks he's going to get pinned from this block. Then he sees the tight end block. Now his eyes go in. He thinks he's going to fit this run, right? We're running right at him. And all we do is, boop, thanks so much. Way too much of a conflict for that defender. And again, that middle field safety covering the post just in case we decide to run a post from the 7-yard line. You can watch the little point from Drake. Whoop. Got him. Nice easy flick from Michael. Put it on him. Race to the pylon. Let's go. Again, just watching the nuance and details here of what this does to the defender here. So first thing with the short motion, you can see him nervous. Am I going to get cracked? Is he blocking me? Okay, well, no. I got the tight end man-to-man. I got the tight end. Tight end blocks. I'm fitting the C gap. I got it. Damn, they got me. Easy touchdown. Next one here. This one's kind of a bummer pick. Really, Michael just throws too flat of a ball. We end up getting a version of what I'll call kind of super sail, and the flat defender just gets depth. Now they kind of, I don't want to say luck into it, but they give you kind of a unique coverage structure underneath here. So usually on sail or flood, there's almost always something in the flat, something deep, and something in that intermediate zone, whether you call it a corner, a sail, a Seattle. And it's essentially all there, but how they cover this thing kind of makes it a bit unique. And again, Zero makes a nice play. Michael throws it right at him. He just throws, he doesn't get enough touch on this throw. But what I'm saying here is, the reason I call it super sail is that we've got essentially got two clears here. So as we come up, we're running through here, and then here's where the ball's trying to go. Into this space. That's that intermediate throw. It's almost always paired with something in the flat. And the reason that there's something in the flat is because you want to pull the flat defender. So he stays over the top. He stays over the top. You're trying to create this space for this Sailor Seattle. You want the flat defender to match or come down on the flat. What they end up doing is having the middle of the three linebacker types match to the back. So when he matches to the back, that quote unquote flat defender, Zero, I think, he's able to continue to get depth. Now again, a better throw here with just any sort of air at all, it's still going to work. But watch how they match to the back, which that then allows the flat defender to continue to get depth. So post fake, again, Bobby Wagner just matches right to the back. So now this flat defender doesn't have to come down at all. So he can continue to get depth. And again, we throw it right at him. You know, any sort of touch over here, you know, it's probably a completion. So it's just a bit unfortunate of how they match to the back, allows that flat defender to keep getting depth. And we throw just, you know, not enough touch of a ball here. He tries to rip this thing in there. And again, you know, one of those things that kind of comes with a guy who has a big arm all the time, you think you can just rip things in there. Not that I would necessarily know, but the idea being that you don't have to rely on touch, where that's a throw that I think he can make, you know, 9 out of 10 times, if not more. Just up and over that flat defender, leave it outside on the sideline, and we got a big, easy, explosive play. Instead, we try to rip it, comes up short, and now we turn it over. Next one here, we end up throwing a corner to the number 2 up top. Now, I'm not sure what Robinson, the number 1, is doing up top route-wise, but the corner gets confused. Michael's got enough juice to be able to get that thing out there for a completion. Sure, you know, would you love it to have a little bit more miles per hour on it? Sure, but he's certainly got enough juice to be able to stand in there, got someone right at his feet, can't really get through the entire throw, and it turns into a nice little mini explosive play. So this is probably supposed to be a choice route out here. So again, kind of a funky route, but whatever it does, it holds that corner down here so that then we can come out and just high-low that corner out here on top. So if he hangs down on that choice at all, we've got this throw out here. And again, would you love to be able to rip it a little bit harder? Sure. But do we also have, you know, a Hall of Fame Mike linebacker rushing our back in our face? Yep. And we just can't quite rip that thing out there fast enough. But again, look at his base, his suddenness. He's so quick with his release. Tight, compact. Well done. Next one here, 3rd and short. End up throwing it to the number 3 here. Call it a choice. You know, essentially wide ass open. I can't imagine this is what the Commanders are trying to do defensively here. They end up playing what I'm used to calling quarter, half, or 6. But they're matching the star or they're matching the nickel to the number 2. That just creates a massive void, and you can't get the ball out of your hand fast enough when something like this happens. So what am I saying here? Again, post motion continues to just unravel the Commanders on defense. At the snap here, what I'm calling quarter, half. So quarter, and then we're going to get a half field player down here to the bottom. So he's rolled up as the cloud corner. When I'm saying the nickel or the star, okay, so this player right here, everybody else is playing zone. He's running, he's matching to the number 2 across the field. So as we come across here, he runs with him. So that essentially voids the flat. And that creates so much space for this little choice. You know, Robinson can't turn around fast enough. That's just too open. And again, you see matches like this on vertical releases sometime in certain coverages. Right here, it's just the perfect design versus that coverage if that's what they're trying to do. And Michael sees it, can't get it out of his hand fast enough. But that's way too easy for 3rd and shortish to be able to just drop back and throw it essentially to one of the best players uncovered for an easy first down. I mean, that is way too easy. Next one here into the 4th quarter. It's 3rd medium, wide bunch. We're going to use Michael's legs here. He doesn't like whatever it is down the field. Just take off fast enough again. Outrunning the linebacker, first down. Just thing of beauty. And again, the reality is, you know, maybe not a quarterback design run game type athlete, but certainly can extend, can create, can use his legs. Again, these types of scrambles where you're running for a first down, just backbreakers for a defense. So whatever it is there, it's not there. He doesn't like it. Fine. Extend. There's nobody spying you. You're fast enough to outrun the backer. Excellent. Next one here, 3rd medium. We're going to hit Pitts. He's the number 2 up top right now. It'll be a stack at the motion landmark here. He's going to be running a corner. I love the anticipation. This is an absolute dot of a throw outside the numbers with anticipation, fighting through a hold. Just a beautiful football play from Michael Penix Jr. And again, seeing Pitts get going a little bit. Love the idea of the vertical threat, big body, put it right up on him, just outstanding. Now, the thing to realize here is when you catch middle field closed man and you're in a condensed split like this, I know a great course that goes into significant detail about this, but here's Pitts on the corner. Here's the middle field player getting to the middle of the field. In a tight split like this, you'll almost always get outside leverage here because they're trying to funnel you to the middle field player, right? So as he runs up to this thing, he's got to fight through the outside leverage and get to the corner. Not necessarily an ideal look. But again, the timing here, the anticipation, the accuracy right on him, and just this dude being a freak. Like, this is what you want to see in freaks in the NFL, just fighting through technique that's not to their advantage. So see him fight through that hand, get off me. And again, watch when Michael lets this thing go. Tight hitch, beautiful base. He's throwing that thing right there. This is the look. He's throwing that. Beautiful throw. Again, arm strength, anticipation at every level of the offense. In the flat, intermediate, down the field, 3rd down. This is a big time NFL throw. On time, beautiful base. Let's go. Next one, last one. London, little in and out motion. He's going to run the speed out. Another anticipation throw. Third down, anticipation, accuracy, nice catch here, no doubt about it. Again, the motion, just continuing to create the leverage and look that we want as an offense. And then Michael just dealing, being able to know exactly where he's supposed to go, super decisive. This time 3 no hitch, ball out. It's a beautiful catch, no doubt about it. I want you to watch the motion here, in and out, what it does to the corner. Watch him have to keep getting off, farther from the line of scrimmage, farther. He's throwing that thing right there. I mean, he taps it right there. It's a thing of beauty, y'all. It really is. I mean, he's running that speed out here for the first down, beyond the first down sticks. You see the stick marker right on the 30. We've got that off and inside leverage from the corner because of the formation and the motion, and then the execution and the hell of a catch as well. Just a beautiful job, man. It really is impressive. Multiple anticipation throws, multiple different layers of anticipation throws, outside the numbers, intermediate, down the field, big time ball. So that is a wrap. Michael Penix Jr., week 4, nice win versus the Commanders. I thought Michael showed off arm talent at every level. You saw the deep ball, you saw the double move, you saw his ability to rip it outside the numbers, his ability to play with anticipation at multiple times, multiple layers of the field as well. Just overall very impressive. Now, I think when you go back and look at the All-22, you realize it could have been even better with a little bit better pass pro, a little bit better as far as not turning that ball over on that one throw that he probably wishes he had back on the pick. But other than that, man, that is an impressive unit. If they can keep this thing rolling, this offense will be fun to watch for a long time. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.